good to go with our second round of 16 match of the day.
Absolutely. So let's just the teams aren't even in the room yet. So let's just talk through the journeys that these two teams have taken. So obviously Hope was seeded through, but PARAZ came through the qualifiers. So let me just find them in the groups. Where do they come? What's their actual name?
Paranoids. They actually came second in
Paranoids.
Group 7 after Black.
Ah, yeah, I see. So,
Although that
oh
was a
yes,
three-way
yeah,
tie.
there were quite a
Black,
few. Yeah,
Paranoids, and Unite Francophone. Unite going out on time elapsed, which is the decidable there.
yeah. So there were quite a few three-way ties. So that was one of them, and it's done then on how quickly the match ends. So the quickest match win goes through. So they obviously got that. So then they went through to the group stage, which is where Hope were injected back in again. So it was Hope, Rage, Smoking Aces, and VIII Unita. Hope won that hands down, so 9 points to 6 against Rage. So Hope went through. And then PARAZ, where are they? Paranoids were in Group H.
Where they actually came second.
They came second,
so
yeah.
They've kind of maybe perhaps been riding things a little. They've done enough to get through. But if they've been holding anything back, they have got to pull it out now, because no more room for second place here.
There is a lot of upsets this season.
Quite a few, yeah, especially that TTT upset. They are not going to be happy about that.
No. I suspect there will be some interesting discussions. In fact, we've already had drama elsewhere as a
result
of teams going out.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Have you, Hosha, have you heard about the little 5D upset yesterday?
I did see it on your server.
Yeah, they. I haven't heard the full story, but and I certainly didn't see the match. But apparently, they threw a match, and now they've changed their clan tag to throw. And apparently Killer is now trying to recruit some new members. So I think, I'm reading between the lines here, but I think what happened was they threw a match, half the team got annoyed and rage quit, so now there's a bit of a fraction in the 5D, which is a shame. But they are a very big clan, 5D, so I would imagine they'll be able to put a team back together for next time quite easily. But yeah, poor Killerbin, who's the leader of the clan, was not having a good day yesterday. So, and I know he's watching. So, Killer, we feel for you, buddy, and we hope you get the team back together again very soon, because that's a shame. It's never nice to see that kind of thing. So.
No, and it's a shame actually, because they gave us possibly the closest game of the whole tournament against We Play With Joysticks. I think
they did. That was a good match. So yeah, that was very entertaining.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see them again for King of the C9 and Reborn and Rebuilt.
Absolutely.
So we're still just waiting for the teams to get themselves set up and everyone to signal ready.
Yeah, it's a couple of minutes to go. Yeah, we're okay. So I think I might drop a code in chat.
Indeed. Remember to delete your last character. Or at least replace it with
Oh yeah, no, I forgot we were going to do that. Yeah, absolutely. So,
or rather, you will have done it 5 minutes ago.
I better explain textually. Otherwise, for the next 5 minutes, people will be going, "It doesn't work. The code's not valid. You've pasted it wrong."
How many people are going to be brute forcing it, or are you doing the whole preventing the bot from reading the code?
Well, yeah, there is a bit of that going on, but it's just so that people can't, because some people are on mobiles and stuff, and it might just give people a better chance if they're on different devices. Because obviously, if you're on a PC with a mouse, it's much easier. But hopefully, we'll give someone a chance.
Yes, I might fire the bot back up and try doing it the old-fashioned way, because this is easier for us, but it is perhaps causing a little more in the way of eruptions. Anyhow, teams are just about assembled. PARAZ have got their team into the room. Hope need one more member.
So let's just have a look at the bracket here. So where are we? Schedule. So the winner of Hope PARAZ will play the winner of BSW and Junk. Which I think I'm right in saying are both runners-up. So that match, if PARAZ were to upset Hope here and beat them, that match could end up with a relatively inexperienced team going through to the finals, potentially, or the semi-finals.
Well, the semis, because they're going to run into either Tenichigo, Hydro, Marine Division, Fenrir, or Black, all of whom are experienced teams. Tenichigo, of course, are another one of the favourites. So it would be interesting, and it would, as you say, possibly give PARAZ a clear run into the semis, maybe, but I suspect it could end rather abruptly there. And Strangers has crashed.
Strangers has crashed. Hosho, are you in the... are you Shuck 5?
Yes.
Right,
my
okay.
main account does not have service level 15.
Of course.
Claire has definitely helped me out this entire EU side.
Yes, the joys of not being able to just copy your account across.
There will be more crashes. Yeah, that's probably...
I don't know if Muchas Gracias has got some kind of unusually specialized spider sense.
Maybe.
So,
right, let's see how my chat are doing with this little puzzle here.
So yeah, just looking at the rest of this. So yeah,
okay.
We've got two of the quarters decided. Note will be playing Rising Tides, and Extreme will be playing No War. So Rage Crew, Tora, Shen, and European Axis are out. Looks like the top bracket, however, is still undecided. Well, of course, we're about to watch Hope v Paranoid, so these guys are an hour behind.
Yeah, all four of these guys are an hour behind, so we will... Yeah, it looks like we're 2 minutes out of schedule now.
Boo, hiss. There we go. Teams are readying up. Let's get our suicide boats ready to go. All hands across the board, of course. Shook, we will need a bot for you as well.
Looks like he's got that covered.
Yay. There's... Oh, you get to headbutt Admiral Jellicoe. Admiral of the First World War, most notorious for his performance at Jutland, or Jutland, depending on which way you want to pronounce it. And okay, I think we're just waiting for the last two to declare ready on the PARAZ side, and then we will be good to go. Okay, teams look ready.
Have you seen the complaints about this map from the other contestants? About how small it is? Or wait, no, I'm looking at North. I'm an idiot.
People have been saying North is too small.
Lots of people have been complaining about North, but that I've never seen too small as a reason to moan about it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Warrior's Path is fine. It's just I've seen that a lot of competitive teams have been having troubles with North and how close they are.
You do get spotted very early. I've seen a few cruiser deletions this tournament, yeah.
Okay, so PARAZ gone for double Burgoyne and double Henri, double Stalingrad. Hope going for triple Henri, single Stalingrad. Both teams taking a single Minotaur, which is something we've almost seen as a substitute destroyer. And of course, both teams taking midways. So PARAZ giving up on their overmatch capacity straight out the box, which is interesting. We might see that change on North Warrior's path, perhaps not so much of an issue. And of course, Grozovoy versus Gearing. So let's see how this goes.
I have been interested to see a lot of the Minotaurs have been smoke Minotaurs this season. I have not seen a radar Minotaur.
Yeah,
which is
to be honest, I'm surprised we've seen Minotaurs at all. She's always had a reputation as being a bit too squishy for competitive, but with the AA changes and the air changes, with actual stealth destroyers out of fashion, Minotaur's AA is so brutal it's perhaps given her this edge.
I feel bringing the Minotaur, you're hedging bets on dodging rather than getting hit, as the speed boost is real, or the acceleration is really nice in dodging rounds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And looking at the early split from Hope, looks like a 5-3 split here. We've got an Honorary, a Minotaur, and a Republic turning for a pretty much a repeat of what we saw Axis and TWA do, actually. So fairly standard. And they've got the Grozavoy pushing out towards C. So
Interestingly,
that'll be
on
interesting
the
because
PARAZ
C,
side, we've got both Bourgoignes going over to the Alpha side.
I wonder if they're anticipating turning C into a tar pit then, because they can just dig in, go defensive, not try to take C, but just contain Hope there while they smash hardcore through A with all the big guns and all the firepower.
Yeah, we've got a bit of... Oh, the Minotaur of VIII is reversing 20 kilometers back into B by the looks of it. That can't be what he's doing, but it looks like that's what he's doing. Why is he reversing?
Why does he make a 180 turn in the first place?
I have no idea what he's doing. If he's thinking about reversing into the cap, that's going to take him all match to get there.
Yep, because reverse speed is basically about back 1/3. So he will be getting a maximum speed of about 13 knots if he's lucky.
He may be waiting by just waiting for the other team to get in positions, so they won't be able to shoot him.
It's entirely possible. Oh, he's going forwards again now. I'm not sure what was going on.
It's an odd way to cap your speed, put it that way. But I'd say the fact that full reverse is back 1/3 rather than back 1/4 might mean that they've done a lot of stopwatch time.
Oh, okay.
Think, yeah, that will be enough of a delay.
Okay, so PARAZ have changed their positions now. So we've got Bourgogne and Mighty Masters Honorary, the Bourgogne of Way 3X, over by Alpha. Everyone else seems to be turning around to head for Charlie.
Yes, an interesting Banambega has done a turn back as well. I think that was mostly to try to dodge the rocket planes coming in from Arbidark. Storozhvoy breaking off from C's initial approach. He's dropped his torpedoes for suppression, and he's just setting up just inside the cap border. So C is ticking, but we'll see, because if PARAZ decide to target C and contain half of Hope there, they can then put their heavy ships through A if they're sticking to what their initial deployment was. Right now, Hope have got 0 contact at all, so they're just going off last position markers.
Yeah, it feels like Paranoids is way too far back.
Yeah, they're being very passive. They changed their plan, so they were doing a kind of an even split, and they've decided to turn around and go heavy Charlie, but they've done that rather late, and so they're going to get there after Hope have actually solidified their hold on Charlie and presumably started working on Bravo as well. VIII in the Minotaur is working his way up towards Bravo. He'll be there in about 10-15 seconds. So you will see that flip.
By the time they get there, Hope will have turned Charlie into a kill box.
Absolutely.
And one of the things we've said about this map time and time again is that it's easy to get into C. It's very hard to get out of it in one piece.
Well, PARAZ already...
In fact, they're actually breaking off.
Yeah, PARAZ already are being forced to kite away, and they're on the H line, so they are way back.
Wow. Okay,
VIII just doing a little bit doing a 3-point turn there to reverse back into Bravo, so you'll see that flip in a few seconds.
I wonder if sheer reputation and intimidation factor are doing this here, because something I've noticed with Omni games and OM games is that you have to get up in these guys' faces, get really aggressive. If you go passive against Hope and their constituent clans, you're going to end up getting beaten because they can play that game very, very well, and PARAZ just aren't doing that.
So VIII...
the B cap has started to go. No one's really looking at A at all. Even Teacup Yuri is content to sit back and have a cup of tea while he waits to see what happens.
So PARAZ are actually pinging that group above Alpha, so they are worried about them pushing down into Alpha, I think. So the carrier's... carrier's just been sent up to have a look.
Interesting that Farazzelith is not doing a snap run into B. He's kind of trolling down the gap. He is turning for B now, but he's only going in with half a squadron, and he's not going to get there in time to interrupt or block the cap. So gets the spot on VIII, forces the smoke. They lose contact after half a second. Farah breaks off. Damage is done. No point sacrificing the planes for it.
Okay, so looks like there's a push on your side beginning down into Alpha.
Yeah, Teacup Fury's getting himself into gear. Interestingly, License to Kill was angled away. I don't know if that was a response to torpedo bombers taking a quick peek.
I feel that this is a light flank for them, so they're not going to probably take A.
No, although they may realize that other than the planes, there's nothing there that can spot Teacup. So he may try a little sneaky cap there.
Yeah,
I think he's going to dig in and defilade behind that island at Echo 3, but
I think he's there. He's going to sit there and wait for an opportunity, and I think if they see one, I think he will be there ready to push that cap when the time comes.
Yeah.
The Stalingrad is in a nice position to engage him at A. He does have the range.
That's true, actually.
And if he does try to push in, he's risking flanking fire from Muchos Gracias. And if he stays where he is, of course, the Burgoyne and the Henri can start moving up on his position and just force the issue.
So Minotaur
back up a little now.
Minotaur VIII is using his force smoke just to get a bit of fire over onto strangers over there in the Stalingrad. But I think his smoke is now fading, so he's going to be forced to leave the cap.
Yep, and we've got some early torpedoes coming in, but one did hit Decline. So Decline loses about 15,000 health. Again, both teams content to sit back, one cap point each, but because Hope got there first, they're 60 points up. So
the group
pressure's slightly on PARAZ at the moment.
Yeah, and they've got that PARAZ group down in the southeast that's almost in the corner, and they're just turning north now to try and readdress that position, but they are a long way away.
Teacup is finally entering A.
Okay,
and
great.
If they try to plow into C, again, they're going to charge right into no man's land. Strangers is set up, Darth Henning's set up. They've got 2 Henris for fire starting. That's going to get messy.
Arbidark just having a little look at Teacup there. Farah has dropped some fighters just to protect him.
But it doesn't matter because he got bolted out in front of Mighty Master and Wave 3X, and Minotaur does not have the armor to make a move like that, really. He's lost a good wodge of health. Maybe he can get back into stealth, but he's going to have to abandon the cap in the presence. Oh!
Burgoyne is going to be using MBRB right here. This would be a time to use it.
This would be the time to pop your reload booster, yes. And also a time to go for AP, because I'm pretty sure Minotaur does not have a prayer of auto-bouncing that unless they take it on the main belt. And here it comes. Brace.
Nope.
Okay, that one went short.
He's getting crossfired by the Stalingrad as well, so...
Yeah, License to Kill moving in, providing a bit of cover fire for him.
Arbidark desperately trying to keep him spotted, but not able to get close enough.
Yes, and I think at this point he might even be willing to throw away some planes, but though he's breaking off, he's going looking for updates. He's actually found Storozhevoy. So that little destroyer might bite back, though, because that thing has defensive fire. The flak's up, overlapping with strangers. Planes falling out of the sky, left, right, and center. I don't think he gets a couple of rockets away onto strangers, but that's the squadron out, and they don't even finish their climb before they all fall out of the sky.
Grozhevoy, I think, is just about inside Muchos Gracias' radar range, but they haven't popped it.
There's no response to the CCAP. OPE does not have any radar available at CCAP right now.
Yeah, I think the fact that they managed to force... Well, strangers had pulled off earlier, so that he took the radar with him. So right now, yeah, the gearing of Jordi Sweet, who I assume is one actually making the cap.
There are gearing torps heading up towards Darth Henning in the Yamato. I don't know if there's anything in front of him, but is Henning actually moving, or is he stationary? He's stationary. There is a torpedo heading. Ooh, I think one is going to just catch him on the aft end if he doesn't start moving now.
Yeah, he's just seen the torps. He's going to jam on a little bit of dilute, but this is the Yamato. It does not accelerate quickly, and that's one in the sun. I think... Nope, there's no flooding. So he either contained that immediately, or it just didn't.
To Grozhevoy, the Grozhevoy has been forced to smoke by Arbidark.
Indeed. But again, Arbidark's going to lose a lot of planes in that situation. Of course, pressure now swinging back onto Hope. 506, 502 rapidly equalizing, and PARAZ are about to take the lead. health pools within 4K of each other. This is spitting distance so far.
As we were saying last time, though, Hope's strategy is generally to get themselves into a position, wait, don't worry about the caps, and then close the vice when they see the chance. So I'm not surprised to see them let them take the caps off them, but they're going to have to do something.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do something about Darth Henning, because that's their heavy firepower to a large extent. It's a lot of their overmatch against the likes of the Bourgoignes, and he's down to less than 40,000 and has been forced off sea as well. So I wonder if at this point Hope will be willing to just drop back and kind of try and bait PARAZ forward into sea and turn it into a
absolutely.
for them.
Is the Minotaur capping A?
He is, yes. And I'm actually wondering whether Hope will choose the A end to start to close that vice in, because they're going to have to choose one end or the other. Oh, actually, no, they're going for B.
Hope did move their Minotaur away from A, so there's only 2 people.
Oh, okay. So maybe they...
Yes.
Okay.
Storozhevoy is into B and trying to at least contain the cap situation here. This will leave Hope 2-1 down. Arbidark probing a little, and no turn yet. So if he was going for a torp run on Storozhevoy, he's got a bad angle. I think he's going for Strangers instead, just trying to dislodge him from that defensive position. But he's flying right into 3 ships worth of flak. He's going to get 1 drop away, but that is pretty much going to be it. Strangers stands on the S key, starts backing up and turning. 4 in the water, 2 definite misses. I think he might eat 3 here. 2. 1 on the bow, 1 on the belt. No flooding that I can see. He's not got his alert lights going, so minimal damage there, but it has forced him to back off just for a second. And it's now 6:64 to 5:30. PARAZ are 4 minutes away from capping out.
Generally, you see Hope/Omni/OM make a move when the points get to about 800 against them.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. They'll probably just sit for a little bit, and as you say, they'll try and see if PARAZ counter push and make a mistake here.
However, PARAZ don't seem too inclined to take the bait from what we can see at the moment.
Nope.
Muchas Gracias is quite content to stay where he is, although he is taking fire in that position. And I think Farah Zeleth is looking to increase the misery with a bomb run.
So if you look
Arbidark's fighters just went active.
So if you look at where Hope are on the D line compared to where PARAZ are on the H and I line, they are a lot further back. There is no push coming there from PARAZ, that's for sure.
Yes, yeah, and if you also look at what Hope are doing, they are getting themselves sorted out. They're swinging all the ships around. I think we're going to see a shove into sea fairly quickly. Storozhevoy's leading the way. Henning's moving up. Yuri's moving up. Decline and Banambega are coming into line. Of course, they've been on this corner the whole time.
Muchas Gracias might be in a bit of trouble here. He's starting to come under some fire, and even the Henri of Banambega has actually managed to lob that island. So,
yes. He's getting some smoke from Jordis, but Hope are quite content to fire blind on his last marker and just keep the suppression going. I think they're more looking for a target that explosion and fire moment than anything else. However, cap from the Grozovoy. Storozhevoy gets into sea, turns that cap around now that he knows the gearing is away from him. And I think at this point we're going to see Hope shove into sea and maybe try to turn the vice on.
This is the move. This is the 800 point mark move.
Yep, as you say, 794 and 796. I say they're going to make their move at 800. They're 180 behind. They can turn this. At the present rate, they will be the ones to cap out. So, a little bit more pressure on PARAZ this time. They're content to play the long game so far, but we'll see. We'll see. Strangers staying ducked in an anchoring point B there. He's just blocking the AB channel, but he's taking a fair amount of fire in the process.
We saw Decliner there sneaking into that channel.
Yeah, and radar up from Strangers. Muchas is now spotted on 8,500 health. His repair party's going, but that might be enough for Farah to get in with the dive bombs. Here it comes. Not the world's best angle, but that's Farah's. He doesn't need it. Did he get a fire? No, he
No
did not
fire.
get a fire, but the main battery artillery is swinging around. PARAZ is down to 1700, and more fire coming down. He's taking flanking fire right the way from over at point C, and that's high enough that they can just drop down. 60 health, looking desperately for a defilade, but he's not going to find it.
And Stranger's in trouble as well, and Stranger's goes down at the same time.
Wow. Okay, so the scores are suddenly relatively even again, but PARAZ don't have enough of a lead. 3 minutes 45 until Hope cap out, and both the deadlocking ships of Point B are gone. So can PARAZ regroup? They're relatively spread out at the moment, whereas Hope are concentrated. But if they can regroup, if they can take Hope's ships in detail with Arbidart providing spotting, they can maybe turn this one back around. There's only 35 seconds in it.
There is a lot of map pinging going on the PARAZ side. They are pinging C and around C like crazy. So I think the ships that are currently on the H line are being told to get their asses in gear and move up towards Charlie and Bravo.
Klein is pretty much trapped in that strait.
Yeah, they may not have time for it. And Arbidart's looking for the shot. Really, Facebook, you're supposed not to do that when streaming mode is on. Yeah, Decline takes some dive bomber hits from Arbidart. Arbidart comes back. He's looking for that second drop. He's not going to get it because of the flak. And yeah, that's another bunch of pilots in the water or on the land. In this case, I think most of them actually landed in the forest.
Poor plants.
However, Decline damcons the fire. He's going to have to risk moving because VIII has got shots on him, admittedly at long range. But Storozhevoy holding B. Interestingly, Darth Henning is content just to suppress any attempt on C from Panzerschreck or Kretschmer. Yeah, that is the 800-point move, as you said.
Still blooming close, though, so Grozhevoy is going to be nose to nose.
Eyes behind on Storozhevoy. We might be about to see a team kill here. He's turning...
Oh, no.
What?
A team torpedo, but he can't turn because of those torpedoes. Storozhevoy down to less than 10,000. The gearing has got him locked. So has VIII. And there goes Storozhevoy, pinned brutally by the torpedoes of Teacup Yuri. But
we couldn't
see it coming in.
We couldn't see the torpedoes, so all we saw was him maneuvering awkwardly.
Yeah, and Jordis ducks behind the island. Torpedoes go for nothing. That... I don't see any other way to describe that than a misplay on my immediate reaction, because suddenly PARAZ have got enough of a lead that in 65 seconds they're going to win this one.
Yep, Hope are going to need to
now is sit back.
Hope are going to need to find a kill from somewhere.
Yeah, Hope has to find a kill. They cannot get to A in time, even with the unreached speed.
And this is where PARA's passive position is going to play to their advantage, because of course most of them are out of effective range of being deleted. So it's really only Jordis and Veyron that can really be the targets.
Problem is Jordis's smoke might be expiring, and Farazelleth is over there, and he is looking for blood. He knows he's got to kill Jordis in the next 30 seconds, or this is over.
Decline might just go down right here. Oh, speed boost saved him.
Okay. Yeah, Hope are desperately looking for that kill. They need something. We've got blind fire kicking into the smoke. Faraz
midway going for the
bombs any which way. Decline might be enough, but that would seal the game. 996. 2 more ticks. 4.
1 more tick.
3, 2, 1.
PARAZ take it.
PARAZ take the round.
What a game, and what a... There's only one way to say it, as you said, what a misplay.
Yeah. I wonder if they were trying to bait the gearing forwards by dangling the Grozhevoy in front of him, but that he had nowhere to go without eating a torpedo that would have sunk him on the spot.
Yeah, those Minotaur torpedoes definitely kind of helped throw the game there. I feel. Forcing the...
Oh, without question. That was the moment Hope lost the game.
So we will now move on to what is undoubtedly going to be an extremely tense match on North, with Hope pulling out all the stops, no doubt, to claw this back to 1-1.
Absolutely. I mean, I think most people look at the form book was saying that this was going to be 2-0 to Hope, but that's already gone out the door.
Yep, and we were talking earlier about there might be an upset. There genuinely might be an upset. It's entirely
And
possible.
they had a lot of upsets, so I feel it is the season of upsets.
So don't forget now, because PARAZ have gone one ahead, Hope have to win 2 straight games now.
And the pressure is definitely on them. I mean, they're an experienced professional team. They know how to handle pressure, but even so, Teacup Fury in particular must be sweating because it was his torpedo salvo that pinned their destroyer in place.
Their locker room chat right now is going to be, oof, I wouldn't want to be in there. Well, not part of the team anyway. There's a fly on the wall, absolutely. But by the way, while it's just a little bit of a lull, there are people in my chat who are reporting errors claiming the codes. So there might be an issue with the code claiming portal on EU. So,
right. I have had the same thing in my chat. I had assumed it was just people getting beaten by the
no. It
bots.
looks like it is actually a problem. So because I've had a CC crate code that I messaged directly to someone has failed. So
right.
I think if you're in that position where you're holding a code that's not working, just keep trying it because eventually, hopefully, it will work.
Yeah, they should have those server issues fixed out.
And I am going to go back to Nightbot for a second just to fire it up. So
what it also means is that in my chat you should probably scroll up and go and recopy and paste some of those codes that I posted earlier because they should still be valid.
Absolutely. Right, okay. Teams look ready.
Teams look ready.
Are we ready?
I'm just trying to move my chat window to become ready. There we go.
So, Hope fighting to avert one of the biggest shocks of the tournament. Paranoid's 1-0 up. I think that kind of almost vindicates Paras going relatively passive and makes me look like a bit of an idiot. So the passive line actually worked for them. They went more passive than Hope in the early game.
Though I feel Hope really allowed them to take 2 caps that they should not have. The A cap way on the other side should have been scouted by the CV as fast as he could.
As we've said before, their usual strategy with Hope is to be about 650 to 700 points where the enemy gets up to 800. Then they shove hard and break the enemy. And it almost worked. If that torpedo salvo hadn't pinned Storozhevoy on that course, and yeah, that might have worked. It was just that one torpedo salvo in the wrong place. And the strategies worked for them before, so we shall see. We shall see. We have Jellicoe again.
Okay. Yeah, I think the adjudicator just popped into the room there just to see what was going on.
So ding ding, round 2.
On North, which, as we just heard, some players think is maybe a bit too small.
As I've said, I've heard plenty of complaints about North. Small has never been one of them. It usually revolves around things like corridor shooter.
I feel competitively it's small. As you can see, the teams are all bunched up in that middle zone, so there's no being on A and C. So the cruisers have to go hard A or hard C if they want to get there in time, and that forces them broadside to the 2 battleships that are starting off, 15, 20 kilometers away.
Yeah, they've mitigated it as much as they can by putting the carriers right back on the map borderline. I suppose what they could also done was put them out in the corners, but that would have left them making quarterback runs along the A and J lines to get back to behind their fleets.
Mm-hmm.
However, let's see what happens. Right, looks like I'm headbutting the robot again. I thought you said you were going to be hugging him, Stats.
No, he can fend for himself. He's a big boy. So we've got triple Henris on both sides.
Yeah, and interestingly, Paras have not taken a Yamato, which was something I expected to see on this map because, as a lot of people have complained, North tends to turn into a bit of a corridor shooter in the early game.
Yeah, it does. I think Double Bourgogne is an interesting choice for this map. I understand Yamato Republic, that kind of makes sense. You've got one as a sort of linchpin to sit and control an area, whereas you've got the Republic to move around and be a bit more mobile. But we may see
areas scouting.
We are indeed seeing a double Bourgogne strategy here, which is what they started to do on the last match and then changed their mind. So we'll see if they stick with it this time. Double Bourgogne going to the alpha side for Paras.
Yeah, we're getting a coordinated fire call. Interestingly, on Kretschmer, who is currently bow in, so he's going to be able to stop a lot of that AP early on. But I think the sheer number of shells coming down are going to do some serious damage.
Yeah, he's having to reverse though.
Yeah, I mean, he's lost close to 20,000 already.
And he's also running a double fire.
Yeah.
And he does not have fire prevention. So
I think
there's room for two more.
I've just decided, sod this, we're taking these guys down hard.
I think what we're seeing here is their patented clan battles formula of blob up and push.
Pick a boat and murder it all at the same time. Yeah, and Otto possibly regretting there, but if he'd been broadside on, this would have been over even quicker. There's the third fire.
Are we perhaps about to see a lesson? I think we may be.
Yeah.
That's going to be a quick win. That's a quick kill. That is a very quick kill.
I do feel that Hope is just going to push right through A with those 3 Henris.
I think they're going to blob, push, and just murderize everything.
Yes, and if we were expecting a repeat of the last match on North, we're not going to get it because those Henris are not turning out.
No, so...
Storage Void laying a bit of smoke to cover the approach, Banambega moving into it. But PARAZ are starting to return fire, but I think they're about to run into such an avalanche of explosive that it's going to get messy. Mind you, Storage Void's taking some early hits here.
The problem is that...
now it's Paratax's turn.
Both teams can focus fire, but of course Hope have got a lot more ships there to focus fire with. So, in a focus fire battle, PARAZ is going to lose, I think.
What's interesting for me is that... What's interesting for me is that Teacup Yuri and Strangers are kind of hanging back. I mean, they're just hedging their bets a little north of B.
What were you going to say, Hosho?
The giveaway codes are working now.
Yeah, someone just messaged me to say they're working. So, scroll up in chat and grab all the ones from before.
Yeah.
They are single use only, by the way, so they're first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm. Right, okay. So, both the Henris of License to Kill and Bannon have moved into Storage Void Smoke. I think they're just taking advantage of that to lay down some serious firepower.
You probably can't see them, but the double Henris of VIII and Panzerschreck are about to move into Charlie and give it a bit of a cap.
Okay, that might turn the tempo of this game, because that will put them onto Teacup Yuri's flank. So... right now, Hope are going, as you say, pretty much full A, Daka, and then push through. But they're going to have to swing some attention round if that's the case. They've seen the cap swing. The
Henris are just, they look like they're deciding whether to go north through C and flank, or whether they're going to turn left and go towards Bravo. I don't think they've made that decision just yet.
Have you seen Hope this season at all?
Yes, we cast one of their matches yesterday.
Okay. I've been seeing this double Henri Grazovoy pair from them with the smoke.
Yes. Yesterday they were quite variable yesterday with their both their tactics and their ship choices. Actually, I think.
Yes, although we didn't quite see that early Murdlerize move out them before, but Aleos has got 4 fires burning, and I don't think he's got a dam con. So he's one fire burned out, but I think PARAZ have decided to return the favor. Okay, there's the Damcon. So he's got the fires out, but he's down 30,000 health, and he's breaking away.
So the double Henris for PARAZ have decided to adopt kiting positions and start firing on Strangers and Darthening, I think.
Yes, I wonder if they were looking at Teacup, who is interestingly reversing towards them in the Minotaur.
They have no idea. They have no idea he's there.
Cool. That's actually interesting, because some of their shells actually landed rather close by accident. But you're right, they are mostly looking at Strangers. Mix of AP and high explosive.
Which map square is Yuri in?
Yuri is actually in Delta 6 at the moment.
Oh, okay. No, they do know. They do know he's there. Yeah, he's on the minimap.
Yeah, but they don't have a bearing. He's just sitting there at the moment. So I think they're going to use him again in the mini destroyer role. Storage Void is making a run into B. So he's looking for that extra cap just to swing the score advantage into Hope's perspective. And what we thought was going to be a fangs out, hair on fire charge by Hope has actually turned into something.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting PARAZ to go quite so heavy on that side, so I think they've decided against it. But PARAZ, again, very, very passive. They're mostly down on the eye line there, so they're going to have to move up a little bit, maybe.
It worked for him last
It
time.
did. It did work from last time. This time they're a ship down, though.
Yes, and as a consequence, they are 140 points down. Scores are locked. Planes go down. I think he was looking for Storozhevoy. Got a couple of hits in,
Yeah,
but
we
lost
did.
the squadron.
We did spot Grozhevoy, the Grozhevoy there. I like saying that. But there's planes from Arbadark coming up to spot him, so he's just popped his smoke by the looks of it. And there's also fighters from Farah.
Farah's got fighter cover this time, and there's smoke going. So Arbadark's going to have a much rougher time, and yeah, it looks like he's thought better of it. Dropped his own fighters to maintain the spotting, and is quite content to just back off until Farah's fighters run out of fuel and come away. Meanwhile, we're seeing a couple of the PARAZ honorees pushing northeast out of sea, so long-range kiting stroke flanking game, but license to kills responded, and he's plugged the gap there.
They got the decap.
They did get the decap.
Hmm.
These honorees are going to be... Wow, I don't know, actually. Veyron and Panzerschreck, they could be a very annoying thorn in Hope's side here. Or they could just get focused into oblivion if they're not careful, so...
And I suspect what we're seeing, given that Strangers and Bananbega are both shifting east, and there's the call for coordinated fire on Panzerschreck.
Yep.
So you can expect all 4 ships. So we've got Darth Henning in the Yamato, License and Banan in the Henris, and Strangers in the Stalingrad. And, Panzerschreck did break contact as Farazellith had backed off, but they've got him again on surface detection. So right now, if Panzer, he's evading, he's realised he's getting focused, but Veyron's broken contact as well. That's going to force both of those Henris to ground temporarily. And PARAZ still have this now 150 point deficit and growing to worry about.
Yeah, this is an uncharacteristic strategy from Hope here to hold 2 caps so early in the game, but I guess with a ship up they can actually do that, so good on them.
Yes, more to the point.
Sorry, there's gearing torps heading towards the Grozhevoy, the Strozhevoy's smoke. So
yes, in fact, Storozhevoy is long gone. He's capped B, he's bolted, he's actually round the corner, so those might score run-on hits, maybe, if Darth Henning gets really unlucky, but that's going to be the limit of it.
Okay, Teacup Yuri's just been spotted by the bombers.
Indeed, but again,
nothing
not
really to shoot at him.
much that is in a position to shoot at him. Arbadark, I think, is having a look at B. So he knows the Torp's got no hits. He'll be looking for Storozhevoy.
I'll tell you what, Arbadark is scouting ahead for Jordis, who is currently making a run on Bravo with the Stalingrad and the Bourgogne.
And yeah, the Stalingrad of Muchos Gracias has been picked up and is about to start taking fire from Darth Henning's Yamato.
Yep,
and let's face it, if you want something to get rid of a charging Stalingrad, it is a Yamato. Rounds coming down. Okay, that looked like scratch damage.
Yep, that was paintwork. Bourgogne going slightly more towards Charlie. I'm not sure what they're... Oh, maybe the Bourgogne is being sent to cut off the Henris at the top, possibly. Farazellith coming in with the drop on Jordis, I think?
Certainly, Panzerschreck and Veyron are kiting back into the cruiser alley. I think they're trying to bait Banan and License away from their cover, bring the Bourgogne up and flank through C, and kill them that way.
Farah spending an entire squadron to get pretty much nothing on Muchos Gracias there.
Hosho, check your...
yeah, I already fixed it. My chat was friendly on inviting me on that, but it always takes those 5 minutes.
Ah, yes.
So they get to enjoy 5 minutes of map.
Oh, good.
If only it was interactive.
the radio version.
Absolutely. Right, so Arbadark trying torpedoes. He's had to back off Teacup Yuri again. And I don't know if you saw Gnevny or not.
Maybe briefly.
Okay, so they've got the updated contact marker. And
Yuri
might have a little bit of coming together there.
Yuri has got
is now officially R-rated. Unfortunately, in the consequence, that's going to wreck both their evasives, and they were lucky not to take more damage from that. Ooh, Yuri very lucky there, given he took flanking fire as well. Jordis gets spotted by, I don't know whether it was radar or hydro. I think it was radar coming off
I think
Strangers and rounds out from Strangers towards Jordis. This should interrupt the cap. Yeah, that's the cap completely reset and being a good chunk of Jordis's health gone.
Jordis has just accelerated a bit
more to the Yamato.
Jordis has accelerated out of his smoke. Farah with the drop.
Yeah.
Gets a good
Farah's
drop.
got the drop. Jordis takes more artillery fire. Storage Void comes around the
He
corner.
is not getting
This
away.
is not looking good for the gearing.
He is not going to get out of there alive, I don't think. 3-3-5.
3-3-5.
Strozhevoy.
Where's the duct tape?
Misses.
Has
Strozhevoy
Farah
again.
got, yeah, Farah's got another
Strozhevoy with the kill.
Yeah. Ouch. Strangers there had just enough range on the Stalingrad's radar. And I think that's why we've seen more Stalingrads than Des Moines in this tournament.
So Hope have just taken away Para's ability to pretty much cap anything. Because Muchas Gracias, there's no way he's going to push into Bravo, and I'm not sure how else they would take it.
Panzerschreck and Veyron are right back on their side of C, so the flank's completely secure. Bannenberger and License didn't really overextend, didn't take the bait. Hope they've gone into second gear on this one.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of map control here, and I feel keeping those caps away are working out for them this time.
Yeah, Paras just do not have a reply to Hope in this mode, do they?
I failed to see what they could do. I mean, to push Bravo, they'd have to bring all their ships into the middle pretty much, which just means they're going to get crossfired to death. They don't have enough ships over A. I think the move that they've chosen, by the looks of it, is to try to push into Alpha. But of course, the Henri and the two Bourgoignes are going to get spotted doing that easily. Well, they were already spotted. So,
between the Henri and the Republic waiting for them, plus they'll get crossfire from Yuri and Storozhevoy if they push too far.
I think it looks like...
I don't think Paras have got a reply here.
No, it looks like Hope have decided to try and get rid of Muchas Gracias by just gradually wearing him down.
Yeah, Farah's bombers took a look earlier, but they're actually focusing... No, he's getting torpedo bombers up, and that's to be expected if he's trying to get rid of a camp. Stranger's taking dive bombers from Arbidark. Unconvincing for a midway drop, actually. I was expecting more.
That was the second drop. The first drop did get a little chunk, but not a massive amount.
He's probably getting saturated by now.
Quite probably, yeah.
Yeah, and Farah pushing in. Interestingly, Veyron and Panzerschreck have relocated, and they are trying to charge me.
I wonder whether they're trying for a simultaneous AB push here, which is brave, but potentially quite sensible.
They don't.
Only 10 seconds,
they're going to have to do it in the next 7 seconds. 990, 992.
I didn't see the points.
994, 96, 3, 2, 1, and
we have an equalizer. Wasn't quite the lesson I was expecting, but decisive nonetheless.
Yes, so 1-1 going to a decider. Paras could still do this, but I think Hope have decided to put the clamps on. So, we are going to Land of Fire.
And this is an interesting map.
This map is always an interesting one, yes. How do we think the teams are going to handle C? Because the terrain around C is so radically different to anything else in these map rotations.
I tell you what we saw yesterday with some of the teams doing this was... I was expecting them to go heavy Charlie and hunker down, sit behind the islands, and have a bit of a spamming match. That's not what happened. Both teams went heavy Alpha.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, but it makes sense if you think about it, because on this map, C is really it's not a tar pit like the other map is, but it's going to get you stuck, because once you hunker down behind those islands, it's difficult to get out. So
C is awkward in a way that really no other cap in these map rotations is.
So there's a lot of open water. Despite the number of islands, there's a lot of open water because the islands are quite small. So I wonder whether on the battleship side we'll see heavy French here with some Republics and some Bourgoignes to get back and forth across the map, because these caps on this map are a long way apart. So they're going to need some mobile ships here.
At the same time, if you could get a Yamato set up on the island chain west of C, you could run at some very good fire lanes and just dig in.
Yep. There's a few good points on the map as well for Stalingrads to camp down, so we might see that as well.
Wait, I think every team I've seen on this map has been playing heavy A.
Yeah, C, even in randoms, is unpopular, so it's no surprise that in the tournaments they're going a heavy A as well. That always tends to be it. on that side. I believe, looking at the discussions going through, I think junk. I think that's the abbreviation for garbage men, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yes,
seeing
it
that
is.
being
Yep.
report. I'm seeing that being reported as 2-0.
Domestic sanitation engineers is the preferred term.
Indeed. So Baltic Sea Wolves, if this report I'm seeing is to be believed, is out, and they will face the winner of this round. So they could end up against Hope or possibly Paranoids. We might see an upset either way. But grats to Garbage Men if the reports I'm seeing is correct. What we're also waiting for, of course, is the reports on the other quarter. Tenichigo took the first round against Hydro. Marine Division Fenrir took the first round against Black, but I don't have updates
It does
on
look like we're
those
having
coming up yet.
It does look like we're going to be having another group of streamers joining us. I don't know why Kuririn is in the room.
Okay. And Chico 9, of course, is Flamu.
It's possible
so they
that
are joining us for the third one. I think they were covering junk, so it ended in 2 over there.
The organisers, if you finish early, will try and find you another match for your third slot if you want one. That's probably what's happened there.
So yeah, we're being joined by, well, in spirit at least, by Flamu and Kyrian. They are running on a separate stream to us, of course. So while we're doing that, I am going to set a keyword in my stream this time around, and we will go for !upset. Or rather, we will have gone for !upset as of about 5 minutes ago.
I just dropped a straight up code into my chat, and JDS me got it. So congratulations. I've got.
Okay, so streamers look ready. Teams look ready.
Teams ready.
Gladiators ready.
3, 2, 1.
1/2. 1/4.
0.1.
1/8.
Never do countdowns when you haven't got the button.
Yeah, basically. Or the whistle.
Oh, here come Kieran saying, "Oh, what? Gaishu?
Oh, Gaishu's not with them.
Oh, Gaishu's not well. Oh, poor Gaishu.
Oh dear, that's a shame. Poor. Hope he gets well soon." Okay, so just wait for everyone to signal ready, and someone to hit the big green button.
Here we go. We're off.
Right, let's see how this goes. 1-1, everything to play for, and a map we haven't seen in a while. By which I mean about 24 hours.
You guys have been lacking shards on this server, though.
Right, and we've got some changes in the team lineup. Hope have gone double Yamato. PARAZ have gone double Bourgogne, and they've dropped their destroyer. 3 Henris, a Stalingrad, and 2 Minotaurs. Jordis trading out of his gearing. I wonder if we're going to see a stealth Minotaur run into sea.
I don't see what else they would do. They've got to, surely.
Right. We have a restart. That is not the tournament version of the map. Okay. So we are going to exit back to port.
And occasionally?
Yeah, whenever you switch map, it kicks you out of tournament mode. So it's kind of one of the more common reasons to end up with a wrong map pick. Actually, you get the right map, but you have domination rather than domination.
Domination. English is very hard. Right.
Ready? Funny, actually. I actually have some Poles as my next door neighbours, and they comment that actually English is a complete bastard of a language, if you'll pardon my language, because we have no consistent pronunciation rules in our spelling.
Nope.
We frequently say the opposite of what we mean.
Yep.
Or we don't say exactly what we mean.
Yeah,
or
but
we
no, but
understate that glorious English tradition.
my favourite phrase, now then.
Absolutely. And even when you do have the written bit of the language down, only 7% of the language is verbal anyway, and the other 93% is how you say it.
In British English, the other 90% is gestures which mean after you, no, I'm sorry.
Yes, or possibly several other gestures which mean the exact opposite.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's the 10%.
Yes, so yes, apparently if you're trying to learn English as a second language, you really have got your work cut out for you.
Right, we're off again. Hopefully with the right
Right.
choice of map.
Yeah, we had
Options.
tournament domination lined up this time, so yay! Right, just waiting for the server to kick back. There we go. No changes to the lineup, of course, because those are forbidden once they've put their cards on the table. And yep, we're headbutting another bot. Yay! So, obviously Hope have gone double Yamato here, so they will be looking to dig in and go for it. Do you think we're going to see BC out of them? Or at least both the Yamatos on B, where they can run fire into both A and B?
Yeah, I wonder whether they'll stick one Yamato between AB and one between BC to get that ability to call shots pretty much anywhere on the map. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do.
I mean, the obvious spotting points for Yamato on this side of the map are the islands at Charlie 2 and just poking into Delta 4.
In before cyclones for strangers, yeah.
They're disabled on the tournament maps.
Well, they should be.
They should be. Right. Not sure who got the bot this time. Ah, it was Flamu. Right. Right, let's see how this goes. We're going to be really interested in how the Yamatos maneuver to start with.
So PARAZ have been deploying their Bourgoignes together, and I think they are going to do that again by the looks of it.
Yeah. And, okay. Amex Shots is going Port Darth, Hennings is going Starboard. Hope are splitting their Yamatos, and it looks like Amex is moving to deny B and C.
No, I was wrong. PARAZ are splitting the Bourgoignes, one each side.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. And we might be seeing a C move here from Hope, because they're bringing Amex Shots, Strangers in his Minotaur, and Decline in the Stalingrad over to, at the very least, the island chain on the 7 line, and possibly right the way into C as well.
So we're seeing a half from PARAZ. So we've got Stalingrad, Bourgogne, Henri, and Minotaur heading off towards Charlie, with the rest going towards Alpha.
5-3 from Hope. The 5 are moving for A in various formations. Storage Void leading with Teacup Yuri. That pairing has generally been pretty effective. I think they work together quite a bit, except for that one time where Teacup accidentally blew the game. But hey, details. And I think what we're going to see is Darth Henning move up on the island and then just dig in for fire support. He's actually getting some early shots out. I think he may be looking to snipe Muchas Gracias, who has been a nuisance for them through this entire game. Or it may just been a shot of opportunity. Gracias turning away, shots hit the water, no damage.
Farah keeping him spotted though, so Henning may get another shot here.
I think that's as much for intimidation as anything.
Yeah, they're just trying
Gracias,
to stop that aggressive move on A.
Yeah, they're just trying to stop him getting into position.
Farah deciding to go for a drop
as best they can. And Teacup Yuri's been similarly disrupted. He's had to turn north. Storozhevoy there, a bit far out. Ardebek takes a lot of losses running it in at Storozhevoy. So that's the air spotting temporarily derailed. I'm not sure. Farah's still got one attack wing left, but I think he might go passive and try to spot here.
I suspect those planes are on quite low health, so he may just stay spotting.
They're all trailing smoke, so I suspect we'll see Farah either recall this squadron to get a new one up, or else he will be content just to orbit and spot for a bit. So meanwhile, we're seeing a push into C, Strangers leading a fairly cautious advance.
I notice Arbadark has dropped fighters to stop Grozhevoy from pushing up.
It might work a little. Storozhevoy's taken some damage from shells, but he's made it into the cover of A, so he's defilated from shellfire. Bannenberger might take a few.
Parazel's going to probably drop a fighter over him. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there's the cover.
And a counter
So
fighter.
Arbidok's going to have to back off. But the counter fighter's not going to last, of course, because Baron Baker and Stojroy will both have their flak on. And, well, that's already 3 of the fighters from Arbidok gone. Farah's still got all of his. And that's 4.
And the fighters have just locked onto each other, and that's it.
Splutch. Yeah, that
PARAZ
was never going to end any other way.
PARAZ continuing to push up behind this island here. It'd be interesting to see whether they stop behind it or whether they... No, Muchas is going out to the flank, so he's going to do the traditional Henri thing.
Yes, and interestingly, of course, the speed of the destroyer and the Henri is just told. Stojroy and Banenbega sharing the cap of A and giving Hope that early advantage.
So
Muchas is going broadside to the 2 Henris.
Yeah, he is.
He's turning, but I don't think he's given it enough. He took some moderate damage there. Didn't look like Citadels, but he's still... Wait, is he slowing down?
Yeah, he stopped.
Broadside to an Henri, and okay, that's the main battery reload going. That was a break to evade maneuver there. There's the engine boost, there's the acceleration.
I was watching him up on the flank in the last match, and his evasion tactic is stop-start.
Yeah. Well, it'll work once, but he's going to need to change it up to stay off Banenbega and Dastart's gun solutions. Interestingly, Strangers has done a 180. He's dropped his smoke. I think that push into C has been temporarily foiled by the Stalingrad and the Henri. So, temporary back there. No one seems interested in B, interestingly. I would have expected Teacup to at least take a sneaky little peek.
Muchas is now stuck there. If the Minotaur can get him smoked, he would be safe, but that island right in front of him is preventing him from running away.
Yeah, he's got the smoke down, he's broken contact, but there's still going to be blind fire coming in.
And he is still burning, yep.
Yeah, he's just the trigger. He's using the smoke to get some rounds out.
Fire is now out, and he's using the smoke just to re-angle himself so he can escape, I think.
And nice maneuver there from Veyron. Dives in, saves his teammate, and breaks contact himself. Unfortunately, Hope just saturate the area.
Very passive play over on Charlie. There's not much happening at all. Both teams just standing off.
What stuns me is the play at B. There isn't any.
There isn't one, absolutely. No, that PARAZ being very indecisive with their Bourgoignes here. Both Bourgoignes now heading gradually over towards the base of Bravo, maybe to get a bit of central map control.
Maybe. I think the reason for that is that they're looking at the Yamato positions. I'm guessing they have at least a vague idea of where both are. If they push any further forward, they're inviting 46 centimeter crossfire. And they're quite content to start lobbing high explosive at the Henris in A and trying to dislodge them first.
They're also pinning Banenbega down because you've got the group of cruisers down in the bottom corner and then the Bourgoignes. They're making a lovely little triangle there, so Banenbega is going to be hard pushed to move anywhere, but he doesn't have to, so...
No, so is it really pinning if the guy doesn't want to move? That's a good question. Farazov tries another drop but loses his planes, doesn't achieve all that much. Arbidok's coming in, having a look, I think, at Banan, but that approach angle's not brilliant. He goes for the climb.
Okay.
Might be enough.
PARAZ have been pinging Charlie, so I think they're about to make a move. Yep, they are starting to turn around. Jordis just backing into Charlie now, so you'll see that cap flip very shortly.
Yep. And in fact, Strangers has gone completely off Charlie. He's actually swinging down into B, and Teacup's reversing towards it as well to back him up. We've seen quite a lot of that maneuvering from Teacup. He's very fond of his reverse gear. But as you say, the cap is flipping in C. Farah is immediately there with the dive bombers, gets one squadron away to evade casualties. Jordis is in, pops smoke, and Farah, not stupid, breaks off. He's not going to throw his planes away for no reason. He's going to circle around, keep looking for a bearing, and try to mark Jordis for artillery fire from Der Klein and Amex shots.
What's Stojroy up to?
Stojroy is lurking in A at the moment. He can't really go any further forwards without risking being caught by 2 Henris and a Minotaur, and that's not going to be pleasant for a Grozavoy.
Okay, so we've got Arbidok coming in to try and spot Bravo, but of course Minotaur's sitting in smoke, so he's not going to.
Indeed, and Stranger's returning the favour in point B, going for the cap. He's got fighter cover from Farah just in case, but he's popped his smoke as well. Torpedoes are running towards Paratax. Now, I don't think they're going to hit. The angle looks completely wrong. But if Paratak slows into a firing position, and that's exactly what he is doing, oh boy. Nope. Yes, no, maybe.
He's speeding up now. But I think
He's
it's
seen
too
the
late.
torpedoes now, but if he speeds up, he's not going to clear the track. Torps were out of steam. Very close there. That was the only thing that saved him from about half a dozen portions of fish.
He is getting peppered by Minotaur fire there, though. No, he's going to turn away. He's fine.
Yeah, unless it hits the. But you're right; those Burgoynes have been seriously indecisive this whole game, and it's
not just I'd say not just this game, because every game I've seen those Burgoynes go left, go right, go left, go right. So
I wonder if they've been essentially used as a mobile reserve. The anticipation being that PARAZ might try to shove forward, and from there, the Burgoynes will try to move out and counter. But
so Arbidark dropping the smoke in Bravo, is there still anything in that?
I mean, technically, Strangers is still there, but he's just popped his hydro, and he's seen the torpedoes. Of course, that Minotaur acceleration is going to save him. And yet, Strangers has cleared the torpedo track. No real problems for him there. He was never going to take any serious hits. Notes. He was stern on, so Arbidark dropped kind of at the wrong angle, but I think he's just been spotted. Flak turned on for a second, and both Burgoynes were looking. Yeah, we have shells incoming from both Burgoynes. Okay, Strangers lost about 10,000 health there. He was
Yamato shots.
Worse, but Arbidark's coming in.
Yamato on 3-way. On way 3.
Yep. Here comes the counterfire, and again penetrations, but no sits. So
2 more volleys out on Strangers.
Damage both sides.
2 more volleys on Strangers.
Track those shells back. First salvo goes long. Second salvo. Okay, he's down to half, but I don't think he's taken any citadels.
Okay.
So that's repairable if he can break contact.
So I think what we'll see now is those Burgoynes will cover Jordis, who is just going to head over towards Bravo now and have a look at trying to get a cap, although that's going to be a risky move.
In particular, risky since Farazeleth is anticipating that fighters are down.
They've got to do something because they're nearly 300 points down here.
Yeah, I don't think they can take A at all.
No, I think that's off the cards.
Hope are now 4 minutes 25 out from a win. A is a dead loss for PARAZ at this point. I think they haven't got the firepower to push in against 2 ships. Well, 5 ships effectively covering it.
Yusril, my chat is saying you forgot to remove the overlay 5 minutes ago.
Oh no.
Oh, nuts. Sorry, radio broadcast time.
Sorry. Strangers.
I clicked that.
Strangers taking a massive hit there. He's down to 7,000 health.
Ooh.
More shells incoming.
There is still more, yeah.
AP volley, he's smoking up. Nope, that was a miss.
Yeah, but
coming up.
Interesting. Both Burgoynes.
Is he still visible?
Who? Strangers.
Sorry. Yeah, Strangers.
He is still.
No. Nope. He's in smoke.
No. Okay, that's
Strojvoy.
5,000 and making repairs.
Strojvoy's just been spotted, and Jordis is about to come around the corner, but I don't think Jordis will want to open up. Oh, he's smoking and hydro.
There is nothing really to engage him other than the Yamato and Stalingrad, and he is at range. So with speed and acceleration, he can dodge those rounds pretty safely.
Jordis is smoked up just enough to sneak into the cap here, I think. Although there is AP coming.
Yeah, but
no, that's
going to attract a lot of blind fire. But he's really got to do it.
Decliner nearly got a shot on him. Then Yamato shells is a miss.
Yep.
More Yamato shells.
Now they know where he is. There's literally a scrap of land the size of a postage stamp. So both Yamatos are focusing.
They're still shooting. Yeah, they're still shooting long. But now they'll know exactly where he is. So now they're going short. So they're honing in on him.
They've got it bracketed. Interestingly, Amex Shots has switched his fire. Strangers going for the interrupt. He's just hosing it.
And they got the reset.
He got a reset partial there. And suddenly everyone knows where to aim. Yep,
they were just watching for that explosion, and now they've got it. They're just honing in. That's going to be another reset from Strangers.
There we go. That's another couple. Strangers is basically marking it for them.
He will
just went short.
He will undoubtedly now be holding the right mouse button and just dackering that one spot. Oh, good
Okay,
reset and a bit of
there we
damage
go.
from Decliner.
Jordan has actually been forced out of the cap. So he,
Yep.
then he rolls back in.
He's just tick-tocking over the line there.
Yeah.
He's got literally no room to move. He's got half a ship
Yeah.
length to work with here.
With the Bogo.
And that smoke timer is still ticking.
And he's decided to abort. He's reversing backward behind the rock.
Yeah.
Though PARAZ is really positioning them really well between A and B right now. They're kicking out the Dastard from A, and Teacup Yuri's not going to be really able to fight over there with the 2 Bogones coming in across those islands.
Yeah,
And
there is a slight problem that they've got less than 2 minutes to turn this round.
I mean, 2 minutes unless they stall out all the caps.
I tell you what they're going to do. PARAZ are going to...
Teacup takes a big hit.
PARAZ are going to
kill Teacup and buy some time.
PARAZ are going to focus Dastard down if they can and push VIII into the cap under the cover of that rock in the middle.
Is he going to get behind that island in time?
He's just leaving his smoke now. He's going to head towards the cap.
Okay.
Bourgogne...
Teacup's managed to dive into cover, so he's temporarily safe. Although he's going to kick out in front of Panzerschreck. Maybe.
Both Bourgoignes and the Henri and the Minotaur all going to push into Alpha now.
Yeah, but that's still not going to stop it. 2 minutes 42 on the counter. I mean, Teacup's actually in a radar Minotaur.
Is he?
He just popped his radar.
Interesting.
Yes. That would explain why he's been so cautious all these games.
Well, he's picked up VIII, of course, and Dastard's
that
being...
is going to disrupt the cap. That will give Dastard fire station. Thing is, right now, PARAZ have got to kill. And they have got to seriously start.
They are...
Dastard's down to 5,000.
They are F3ing Dastard like crazy.
Yeah, I'll bet they are. Problem is, he's angled, he's running. I think he's hit his engine boost, so he is going to do it. Right, VIII takes a torpedo, I think. Takes another significant hit. Is he flooding? No,
healing.
He's contained it, but he's had to back behind the cap.
Yeah, he's also popped his heal, so he's back up to 24,000.
Yeah, and Dastard is going to make this work.
Teacup Yuri is spotted.
Here comes another cap coming into the B to stall out those points right now.
Oh, no point income at 928. The clock has stopped for...
Right. How is that Stalingrad doing over at C right now? For PARAZ?
Right.
He's full health, and he's... What's he doing?
He's just opened fire. I think he's looking to snipe you.
Yep, he's just sitting there quite happily.
He could maybe make this work. Rounds are coming down. Yuri, I think, is about to get blindsided. Oh, rounds went long. Limits of the fire control system, but at 6 feet low, that would be very different.
Yeah, no reset on Bravo, so they've got all 3 caps now.
All 3 caps, but if PARAZ lose one more ship,
absolutely,
9,685.50, and Paratax is now overexposed.
They are on
9,000 health on the Bourgogne, and he's broadside.
This is going to probably
11,000, 10,000. I think we're going to see a lot of focus fire on Paratax right about now.
He's desperately trying to get away, but of course he's not going to be able to. Farazeleth coming in with a nail in the coffin, I think.
Yeah, 11,000, but he's blown his Damcon, he's blown his repair parties.
1,000.
Minotaur coming in, high explosive
popping
coming in.
A heal.
This is going to be it. Farah goes for the dive. And is it good night? Bombs on. The flak has just lit up like crazy, and the bomb drop failed.
Yeah, where did the bombs go?
Nowhere. I didn't see them fall. 3,000.
I don't think they got it off. The flak from the Henri and Power just went completely nuts.
Yamato shells broadside.
Yamato shells. Is that enough?
And that seals it.
It's enough. That is it.
Very well fought by PARAZ there, but Hope just clinching it at the last second.
Yeah. So Hope take it. They had one little scare, and the moment I think it's going to find itself in the compilations of this tournament. But Hope go through. Congratulations.